Good morning, good morning, good morning. What is going on? Good to see you on this amazing Tuesday morning. It is amazing, isn't it? 61 degrees outside and cloudy in what should normally be sunny South Florida, which is not. 10:32 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope you're doing well on a March 17th. March 17th, only a few days before Crimson Desert, Crimson Desert's release, which is a game by the same developers, I believe, that made Black Desert Online. So I believe it's a single player game, but you can co-op with it, maybe, I think. Either way, some people are expecting it, some people are waiting for it. I am still on defense whether I'm going to buy it or not. I do want to play it. I just don't know if I'm going to buy it right now. Too many other things going on. Anyways, we jumped right into the regular multi-box screen today because we're going to start working in a second. Keeping the music on. We'll get into chit chat a little bit. Normally I like to start with a little bit of conversation and kind of update you on any of the new happenings that are going on. They're just storytelling, but this morning I'm going to jump right into repurposing designs. That's what I'm doing today. All right, we did put up our pillows. That's a good thing. I'll bring those up right now. We got them up yesterday. We're working on them on the descriptions on stream yesterday, and we do have them up now. So here they are. They came out lovely. So, yep, very nice, very nice. That's a double-sided pillow. In other words, two designs. You know, that was our golden lily. This is our honeysuckle. Let's see. We also have our marigold. Beautiful. We have our pimpernel. Look at that. That's so beautiful. I can see it in my living room. And we have Strawberry Thief, which is it's a little different. It's a little William Morris style. Strawberries and two little birds. They look like partridges. And let's see, what's the last one? How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6. And then our last one is the Willow Bow. It's just a regular nice sage colored pillow for those sage enhanced rooms. Yeah. Anyway, so we did a good job with those. I'm glad those are up. Kind of excited. So what we're gonna do today, we're gonna repurpose some designs. And for example, I'll go ahead and go into my print shop. So I have a print shop and a home decor shop. So the print shop is obviously prints that we do here. You've heard this before. And one of the things that I like to do sometimes is if I offer a collection here that is mainly for fine art prints, something along the lines of, let's say, for example, this pit bull here, you know, we want to offer this as a canvas, but not just like the print, because obviously a canvas would not, you know, the letters and the white space doesn't really look good on a canvas. So we try not to do it exactly. So what we'll do is we'll grab the image, not the actual design layout, and then we'll come over here, and then we'll go to, let's say we go to canvas wall art here, and so then we'll grab that same image and throw it up here. And so now we have it in, sorry about that, I'm clicking there. So we have it as a fine art print over here, and then we have it as a canvas over here on the other shop. And that's kind of the idea of what we like to do when we repurpose things. But when it comes to repurposing a pillow design, we don't put it on a canvas, obviously. Some maybe, but we like to put it on a blanket. Instead of making a complimentary blanket, we end up using the same design in case somebody says, I like this, but not as a pillow. I like this as a blanket. So we try to do that. But that's kind of the idea of what we try to do when we repurpose a design. This is something that we are going to be doing later today with the canvases, but for now, let me go back here. Because for example, this design here, or this print, I should say, which is just shown in a frame, is something that I don't offer as a canvas. And it is a very nice print. Unfortunately, I don't have the example without the frame. I should actually put one without a frame. I'm going to work on that moving forward. I've listed this a long time ago. Anyways, it's kind of a little hint to the Alice in Wonderland idea, but I'm making it a little dark. As you can tell, there's a white rabbit in the bottom corner, and then there's just a young girl walking through the dark forest, and it's a very creepy looking forest with a lantern. But this is going to be put on canvas as well. So there's a couple of these on here that I've noticed that I don't have as canvases, and I think I want to offer them as canvas prints, not just art prints, but I don't offer them in the same shop as canvas prints because that will take away from what this art print store actually represents, if that makes any sense. So anyhow, so we'll be doing that later, but today we're going to focus on making the complementary or the designs from the pillows into blankets. So we're going to try that. We'll start with the spring collection, and then we'll decide whether we're going to do this with the other ones. Haven't decided that yet. We'll get to that later. So I'll put this over here for now. We'll get our shop open. Okay. So let's see if we do this right. So I have all the images over here. We'll drop them over here for a second. Let's get Photoshop up. One other thing I'm going to need the I wonder if I have it. I think I do have it. Let me see first before I look it up. I need the template for the blankets, and I think I already have those. It should be under Design Center. It should be under Mockup and Templates. It should be Printify Templates and the Velveteen Plush Blanket. Yeah, there it is. So if I grab this one, perfect. All right, so that's what I'm going to use. Let's go back here. So what I want to try to do, first of all, is I'm going to shut off these two other ones first. And I'm going to work only on this one. Because we can go from larger to smaller. And we're going to turn off these guides. And I need to go into the design area because this is going to be, oopsie, cancel. Interesting. Oh, it doesn't have a smart object. Interesting in itself. Okay. So let's drop this here. By the way, I don't know if the music is too loud, so I'm just going to keep it where it's at. So this is what I'm going to want to do here. I'm going to try to make this fairly big. I don't want to oversize. See, I don't want it to be huge like this because that doesn't really work out very well. But what we'll do is we'll make it. I'm going to put it right in the middle. See if I can find the middle spot here. Wow, there is no middle. Okay. There it is. Yep. Okay. It's right there. So this is what I want to try to do. So I'm going to grab this. I don't know if this is going to work. And then we're going to try to fill up the rest. And we hope that it doesn't give it a border, because we don't want a border. So we're going to invert selection. And what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to generate. Oh, it's doing all of that? No, we don't want to do that. Never mind. Let me do it my way then instead. So what we want to do is we want to select this area here. We'll do it from this side. So we just want a little bit of the sides here. Yeah, we can go in. It doesn't matter. We'll do that. Use shift. Grab about a little bit there. Use shift again. Actually, that's not going to work. Hold on. Now use shift again. And then use shift again. Okay, so there we go. We got that. So now what we want to do is we want to just generate and see what it does. Now I'm not going to say anything to it. I'm just going to let it generate to see if it fills up the rest of this. And we're just throwing the dice here because we're hoping that it actually expands it. I do believe that it's a tile pattern, so I could probably just tile it, but I would really prefer to not have it as a tile. Oh, it did not do, oh, there it goes. Okay. So we should have a couple of different ones to choose from. Obviously, that is not going to work. That won't work either. All right. So it really didn't do a good job. So we're going to have to do it a different way. So let's go ahead and Z out of that. Or I can just delete that. We're going to try something else. So we're going to instead... Okay, we don't want to do that. We want to do... Hold on a second. Manual resize. That's what we want. Why is it doing that? I just want to resize it. There we go. Okay, that's better. So I think one of the things I have to do is I have to erase part of it. Does it need a prompt? Probably. So let me grab... This would have been in print on demand. Spring collection. I think we started with, let's see, part 1. So what we want to do is we want to grab the prompts. That was like the inspirations. Let's see how this works. So we want to restore the rest of this. Doesn't always get it right. We're just going to try this out a couple of times. If we don't get what we want, we're just going to move on. See, that's not bad. It's coming from a tree at the bottom. That's a big giant tree there. It's got 2 trees. I think I could do without the tree personally. So if I did this and I went ahead and erased this part here, I want to see what it does. What's up, Blue? What's going on? That making before the coffee got cold? Well, this coffee is from my dentist appointment, so it's kind of almost cold. Not my fault. Yeah, I've had it for a little bit, so it is cold. You never make it when the coffee's hot. Trust me. You're never gonna be able to. All right, so this is better. I like that one the best. Go ahead and download that image. So the reason why we're doing these, this is to complement the pillow. So to be complementing this pillow here. Okay, so now let's go to the next one. So now we do edit again. New image. And we want to do the same thing for a different one. So I'm going to keep this up here. Should open Twitch before the stream starts for that. Nice. At some point, my coffee will be hot. I usually make my coffee first. I walk around for a little bit. Yeah, I should probably start the stream and then go make my coffee. Then it'll be hot. Let's see. Patterns. Let's go with the thief one. Okay, so now we're going to go to the high res. We'll take this image. And we're going to resize it. We're also going to change the aspect ratio to 2:3. Kind of looking at doing the birds right there. Now we're going to go to paint and we're going to remove some of this. And the reason why I do that is so it's not so stark. Like then you'll see the line. You'll be like, oh, there's a line there. It's square. Okay, and then we're going to grab the original prompt. We didn't even use this prompt, to be completely honest. We were working with Chat GPT on this, and then we never made it to Midjourney. But that's the prompt, and now we're going to go ahead and submit. See what happens. I usually make my coffee, then HDHD kicks in, and then I find it at the coffee machine 2 hours later. Yeah, that's same thing for me. I make my coffee, I walk around, do other things, and then I remember, I'm like, oh, wait. I'm supposed to go finish up serving my coffee. Okay, so this is not that great. I don't like the big giant birds. So I'm going to try to take the birds away from it. Seamless art, craft creation. I'm going to try one more time, but I'm going to take away the birds. Let's try this. Okay. I mean, I honestly would take away the birds, period, but it's gonna do two big giant strawberries. That's just crazy. That's not terrible. Although those look like ovaries. Okay, so we're gonna try this again. We're gonna take away the pink strawberries. Take the strawberries and soft rose florals out of it. I think it knows. Let's try this again. We want to basically remove anything that's calling like direct priority to the image. And it would be like, oh, this has this has strawberries. Let's put a big giant strawberry here. Oh, it has birds. Let's put a big giant bird. You see how it did that bird there? We'll get rid of that in a moment. These are, I don't know, not 100% feeling those. So this one's getting a little bit more complicated. I'm trying to see if there's one that I could use, but this would probably be the closest one, but I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to get rid of this. And I'm going to get rid of this. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and regenerate. I've made my coffee. Like I make it like sometimes an evening coffee or early evening coffee. And I put it to brew. I completely forget about it. I serve it, leave it there. And the next morning it's still there. And I'm like, oh, I forgot about my coffee last night. Okay, we're getting closer. Oh, there, actually, we are there. This is nice. I don't know about this little piece here, but that's okay. I don't want another bird. I don't want the ovaries hanging up over there. This might be okay. This is more, yeah, I think this is going to work better because it actually gives that feeling of mirrored image, which is what the actual design is supposed to be. It is, sadly, it does look like those are ovaries. Those are mushrooms. So why don't we... Wow, it does really look a little bit, yeah, female parts. So let's try one more time. I'm just gonna do this. Yeah, that was borderlining. Yeah, that was like borderlining stuff. I mean, you could, come on, you see that. You see that. Don't act like you don't. That's not, yeah. I think this one was okay. I might be okay with that one. But come on, that right there. Look at this. Ding 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 ding. Yeah, no. Ain't happening. Okay, this is better. It's a little bit more rounder. I kind of like that. Okay. That's even better. There's no connection to a canal, which is good. This one's even better. There's like no real connection at all there. And this last one. Ooh, this might, even though this is coming from the sides, I think this is actually good. So these are all good. I need to just decide which one I want. I think I'm going to go with this one. This is probably the best one. It gives kind of like the side. It's bringing it in. I think I like that. And there's a flower right in the center. And then the top is like a little mask because it's supposed to be a mirrored effect. Okay, I'm good with this. I'm going to download this one. All right, let's move on to the next one. I have 6 of these, so we have 4 more. I need to check on my daughter real quick. I'll do that in a moment. All right. This is the Pimpernel. Let's go ahead and drop that in there. Resize it 2x3. And then resize it to be kind of in the center. Yeah, okay. And then I'm going to go over to paint. And I'm going to erase a little bit of it. Oopsie, hello. Okay. And then we'll grab the, see what this looks like. pink, and then I'm going to run it. And I'll be right back while that's running. By the way, that's not the best coffee. Sorry about that. All right, how do we do? Ooh, that is terrible. That is really bad. Okay, let's see. Yeah, we might have to take off again the florals. That's way bad. Okay, so let's go back here and say large size blossoms and soft cream, blah, 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 blah. No, let's go ahead and get rid of that. Scrolling teal foliage pale style, that's fine. Intricate or ornamental detail. Let's run it. Because of the fact that since this is running the pattern again and it's doing it in a larger size, that's why we're having the problem of it's doing it very large, and we don't want that. So you see how all of this is wrong? Like all that should not be there. So we need to find one that does the pattern. See, like you see at the bottom it did the pattern, but it has this big piece on top. So I have to get rid of that. Like this isn't terrible, but it's not what I'm the picture. Let's try to see if we can remove this and hope that it doesn't add it again. So we're just gonna kind of like get rid of it. And see if it will see if it adds it without having any problems here. Otherwise we're gonna have to edit the prompt, because the prompt shouldn't be exact. It should just be kind of the style that we're looking for, so it shouldn't add anything to it. See how it's adding to it? So we definitely don't want it to do that. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do arts and craft floral. Okay, we're gonna get rid of that. Scrolling teal foliage. Pale sky. All right, it's not terrible. We can, like, that's not bad. We can work with that. That's terrible. That's not terrible, except with the two little things. What's up, Matrix? What's going on, man? 7-day stream streak? Nice. Okay, I think we're going to, let's see if we can get rid of this. And this. And this. Okay. Now let's hope it doesn't add two big giant flowers there. So I'm going to get rid of this. Scrolling teal foliage. I'll get rid of that. Pale sky blue background, intricate ornament details. That is fine. Soft spring colorway. Yeah, okay, all that looks good. Go for it. We all ready for some Crimson Desert on Thursday? I'm on the fence, man. I'm kind of not sure if I'm ready to buy it or if I want to wait to see what other, what it looks like with other people playing it, but kind of on the fence right now. I mean, I do want it. I'm just like, kind of scared to pull triggers on these games lately. I was convinced. I mean, I'm still like, I'm still there. You can watch me and decide. Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to get it. I mean, I know it's a game I'm going to play. I just was wondering if I'm going to get it this week. He's waiting for the Worlds Unbound. Exactly. I'm waiting for Worlds Unbound. I hear it's going to be a great game. I saw the characters yesterday. They're pretty amazing. I'm surprised one of them doesn't look like me, but that's okay. We can't all be beautiful. I get it. That's too detailed. We're so close. We're so close. Let me see. I just don't want this ruffly stuff. Hold on. I mean, I might be okay with this. Maybe. I'm going to try one more thing before I decide that this is what I want to do. Run one more. I'll see what I can do. Nice. Listen. Don't be taking screenshots of me. I will send you good pictures if you need them. I'll send you some of my modeling headshots. Nah, it's still doing the big giant flowers. Yeah, no, I'll stick to these. All right, so let me look at these. Again, this is for a blanket, so it doesn't have to be like perfect. I think I like that one more than anything. I'm gonna run it one more time. I don't like these bottom ones, so Oh, we got hours of VODs I can feed into the AI to recreate you. That is true. That is true. You do. Preferably pick the, the earlier stuff. I'm gonna have to start posing for my VODs. Oh, this is better. Okay. Why do you think I'm waiting for a North? Oh my gosh, bro. No shirt stream. Why is there a little heart there? That's so wrong. This is better. I like this one better. This one's just out of place. God, we're so close. This one's okay. This one seems out of place. Okay, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do this. Come on. You got this. You got this. Come on. No shirt Saturday streams. By the way, my daughter read I had the note written on my dry erase board back there. It said no shirt or shirtless Saturday streams. And she reads and she goes, wait a minute, what is going on? What are you doing? And like, she goes, are you doing shirtless Saturday stream? I'm like, no, it's a joke. It's not till summer. There we go. That's a lot better. Okay. That's even better. I know this looks a little bit different, but that's okay. We can actually... I'm curious if I can do this. Hold on a second. Okay, let me see if I can. I think you see what I'm doing, right? I'm trying to soften up that part right there. So let's see what it does. Because otherwise, the difference is too stark. It looks like this piece has a bunch of little tiny flowers. Everything else is like long florals. So if I can make this generate into something that will be not big giant flowers, then we're okay. And I don't want it to be too busy. Okay, let's take a look. All right, that's big giant flowers kind of in the way. That's definitely not. So why don't we do this? Let's get rid of that flower. Come on, no big flower. Do 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 do. There we go. I don't think it's gonna put a flower. Hey, spam risk. Not interested. Oh, my friend Diana. Hold on. Oh, cool. So on Friday, I'm going to visit one of my friends' shop. She does wood carving, but she has like this big, what's it called? What does she call that machine? I forgot what it's called, but anyways, but it cuts wood. You know, it like does wood design, but it's one of those big machines, and has like drill bits and whatnot. So I'm gonna go visit her shop so I can see some of her work and how she does that. And she was gonna pick my brain on some Etsy things and some design stuff, because I was telling her that she should do some smaller scale stuff also, because she tends to do like larger pieces, like 23 by, I don't know, 14, 23 by 9 or something along that lines. So it's like larger panel pieces, and they're about a half an are they 3/4 of an inch thick? So I was saying, you know what? Maybe she can do some lighter weight things, smaller items, smaller signs, decor, whatever. And I think the thing that's killing her the most is the shipping, because shipping those heavy pieces is actually very costly, and she's not charging shipping. So she's incorporating some of the shipping in the price, obviously, but not enough to where it makes the profit margin that great. I mean, let's see. I just want to, just for my own sake, I'm just going to guesstimate here. So let's say it's 110 for the product minus shipping is about, let's say, $20 minus $5 or so for the piece of wood minus, okay, so that's that, minus 9.5% equals, okay, what else is missing? So I know, yeah, I mean, if she's making that, well, no, there's, what else was missing that she said? So if she's making that amount, I don't think, this is just hypothetical numbers based on one of the items I know what it's priced at. That's not bad, $76 for one of the items. However, if I divide that into, let's say, 2 hours, so divided by 2, so say it takes 2 hours to make. So yeah, it's about $38 an hour, which is not terrible. So I think that's how it is, but sometimes it's more. Anyway, so I'm gonna work with her on just looking at those numbers realistically. Let's download this one. Okay, that's a good complementing one there. Let's go ahead and edit new. And we're gonna go towards another one. What's our next one? So we do the marigold next. Okay, once again, we got to make this smaller, but make this bigger. And then I want to paint. I'm going to remove some of it as usual. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and get the marigold. Okay. Sorry, I was reading the prompt first. A CTC machine, is it? Can't remember what it's called. Oh my gosh. Yeah, see how it's doing the big giant marigold blossoms? Okay, so we don't want that. I mean, those are beautiful, but we don't want them that big. So I'm going to take away, let's go back here. We're going to get rid of stylized marigold blossoms. And I'm going to say pale lavender. I'll leave that. Sage green foliage. I'll put sage. I'll leave sage green. I'll take away foliage. Okay, let's try this. Okay, so still adding some flowers. And we're going to take away see, I want the background. I just don't want all these big giant flowers. So let's take a look at what it's doing. So if we take this and we go floral textile pattern inspired by traditional English art design. All right, let's get rid of that floral. Let's see if we do this. This is where sometimes when you're doing this, like you're adding to an image, you can't use the same exact prompt because it will try to recreate it. And since you're taking it and making it smaller, it's going to make everything much bigger. And that doesn't really flow well with what I'm trying to do here. So you always have to write a new prompt. But for my case, because of the fact that I'm just doing it off of a design from a blanket, I wanted to follow the same design without adding too much of the large items. So the question is trying to get rid of some of these actual things here, like spring garden palette. So maybe I'm gonna get rid of garden. Anything that says floral or anything along that lines, I want to get rid of it. First lay flat on design. Lavender, soft plum, sage green, warm. Okay, so this should be better. I don't want to say no flowers because then it's going to be like, oh, you don't want any flowers. No, I do want flowers. I just want you to recreate what's already there. So let's try it again. This is where I think Chat GPT might be able to do this better. Because you can actually speak to it. Like, I want you to do this. Like, this isn't terrible because it's big. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to get rid of some of these big pieces. Like this here. And I'm going to get rid of this and this. Anything that's too, like, you know, dark or, like, too intricate. Because we're getting there again. So this is how we had to do the last one because it was so involved. And this might not work for every design. That's the problem too. So you have to take that into consideration. Well, this is getting better, but let's see. Okay, so that's better. We're getting rid of the big ones. That's not too bad. That's actually okay. Let's get rid of this one. Need to make them softer. They're too big. And I don't know about this leaf. This leaf is kind of bugging me. I don't mind a little flower, so let's see what it does. Okay, we're getting there. Soft, it's definitely softer, so that's good. That's not too terrible. This is actually a lot better because it's a softer flower. I might be okay with this. I'm not okay with this. So I'm looking at the additional foliage that it added. So, ooh, we're almost there. Okay, let me try one more time. I'm going to leave a little bit of the flower there to see what it does. I don't like all of this just greenery there. Let's see what it does. Oh, maybe this. Normally I would make a new design, but again, I'm trying to make something that complements the pillow we already have. So I think this might be okay. This is softer. Too much green. I don't like that. And I don't like this. And I definitely don't like this. So we're going to get rid of this part. I don't like this. This looks weird and out of place. Still doing the stupid vine. Okay, that's better. There we go. That's softer. Okay, we're almost there. Okay, we're almost there. I think this is the part we need to change right here. I'm kind of on the fence here. And then we have to redo these flowers here in the middle. Okay, that's better. Let's see. That might be better. Let me see the first one. I like this one better. Okay, let's use this one. And then what we're going to do is we're going to try to have it redraw some of the vines here. I really want to add something here. Just curious to see what it does. I'm gonna look at a couple of these other ones. That's probably better. Kind of. Let me see what it does. Like I wanted to add some purple there. There it is. Okay, that little bit of purple is what I needed. Oh, that's even better. Okay, so just a little bit right there in the corner. I'm okay with this. So let's, yeah, this looks good to me. I like that. Let's download that image and move on. Repurposing images today. Okay, these last ones are going to be a little bit more difficult. And I may not even make these. So we're gonna think about this one. Okay, so let's go ahead and make this into, because I really don't even like that flower. It's actually my least favorite ones. This one, and also, where is it? I just like the complementing backside of these. So here's the other one I don't like. I mean, they're lilies, they're fine. I just don't see how I can make this into something really nice. Well, let's, you know, whatever. Let's give it a try. It's not my favorite, but we'll go 2x3. I'm going to keep these fairly large, just so we don't have to do too much with it. And I am not going to, well, yeah, I am. I'll take away some corners. Oopsie, didn't mean to do that. Let's go back. Let me find this. This one's called honeysuckle, right? Yeah, with any luck, this will be a quick one shot, right? If only. I don't like working too long on something I'm not 100% on. Like if I don't really like it a lot, I don't want to spend a lot of time on it. I mean, I like it as a pillow because it has the backside, but let's see, where's the pillow? Here it is. Yeah, that's not terrible. That's not bad. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I personally don't see this as a blanket. I'm just like, eh. So I'm going to say no. Yeah, I'm going to dump that idea. Same thing with this one. I don't think that's going to be anything. No, I'm going to skip those two. Okay, let's get out of this one. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Yeah, definitely not. Okay, we're done with those. So now I can take these downloaded designs. There's 4 of them. 4 of them is enough for what I want to do. So for starters, I'm going to get rid of this file here. Okay. Don't really need to do a lot to these. These are going to be as is. So what we're going to do is we're going to rename them. So this is Strawberry Thief. I'm going to write blankets. This is going to be Willowboro. Or is it Willowbow or Willowboro? I think it's Willowbow. Underscore blankets. This is Pimpernel. Underscore blankets. And this is Marigold. Underscore blankets. Okay. So now we got those. So what we want to do is we want to grab these, throw them in here. By the way, do you have a link to your Etsy on Twitch somewhere? Just on my, let's see, socials, right there. It's in the chat. I don't think I have it on my About Me page yet. I'm not very good at marketing myself. Let's go ahead and export these. Yeah, I've been focusing more on building up the amount of products first before I start like marketing, so people have a variety of things. So I think for this one shop so far, I mean, this is the shop that I focus on, and it's doing well for the that second year did really well. So I have 118 products right now. So at least that gives us some version of some like choices. But like, for example, the woven blankets, I really want to get some new designs up there, even though some of these are doing well. I thought of doing the fleece Sherpa, which I did 2 of these, but the problem is that these are really warm blankets. So we're coming out of the warm season. I mean, out of the cold season. So the velveteen blankets do better because they're soft and they're still like, you know, kind of snuggly kind of blankets. And so we got to get some more designs of these out here. Pillow covers we've been doing. We did some designs last month. We just put some new designs this month, which is the ones yesterday. We're going to keep doing those. And then the canvas artwork, we're going to continue to do. We're going to drop some more canvas wall art. So, yeah, constantly adding new things there. So right now we're focusing on these. Here's that sound again. Whoever runs this site always wants to put this music in. I hate that song. It's like one of those annoying freaking sounds. Okay, so we got our blankets. Now, it's the next part. Make a new folder. Okay, start with the easy one. So, oopsie. We want to be in here. So we want to be able to drop it in here, right? What sucks about, what the hell? This is pretty small. We're going to have to make this bigger. But I think that because of the fact that they are already smart objects, we can expand them without having any resolution issues. Okay, so this one works out well. We can just do that. Press enter. It straightens out. Turn off the guide. So there you go. So that one works. Let's go to the next one. 50 by 60. And then we want to drop it in there. Drop it like it's hot. Because these are 300 DPI, that should be fine. I don't know if I like the fact that it skews it, but because of what it is, I'm okay with it. If it was like cutting out our piece, like if it was a canvas, then I would be annoyed with it. But I'm okay with that. Turn off the guide on that one. Oops. Yep. Let's make sure that that is going over where it should be. And then the small one. Let's make a new folder. So we want to do a folder for a template. I'm going to grab these three. I'm going to drop them in there. We go back to high res. We go to the next one. And I'm going to just... Shit. I might have screwed up. Hold on. Okay, there we go. We want to make a new folder here. I'm going to call this Marigold. Another new folder. Pimpernel. And a fourth folder. Strawberry Thief. And I always spell thief wrong. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll drop these in there in a moment. Let's just keep doing these here. So this is where now it's concerning because of the design. We'll see how it's going to fit. So like, for example, this one works well because it's a large blanket. So it allows you to show all of the flowers, right? Even if we cut off a little bit, it's still okay. Actually like it cut off a little bit. Okay, so that's that one. But the problem is when we get to the smaller ones, that's when it becomes an issue. So for example, so now we have to kind of make a decision on what gets cut off. It's not terrible, like that's okay. I would probably, just to keep it even, I would probably do something like that. See how we do on the small one. And it does say that the size of the each size might be cropped a little differently. So this isn't terrible. This is actually good because the aspect ratio is very similar. I think the middle one was the worst one. Okay. I think the first one is the worst one for cutting things off. So we want to try to balance it as well as we can. Okay, export. Got one more after this one. Okay, last one. Export. Gamma. Okay, so we got those done. So the templates are good. There's another design here that I can do as a pattern, but I'm not going to do that yet. So I'm going to move this out. Say no. Close this out. Okay, so now we have to go to Printify. Printify's been giving me some issues lately. I don't know what they've done, but it's like when I try to log in, it tells me too many login attempts or something, or it says, you know, too many requests. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? All right, so we're here. Let's bring this over. Okay, so now we need to make the 4 products. So we're going to go to catalog, go to catalog home. We're going to go to Velveteen Blanket. So we already have a favorite, so we know which one it is. And we're going to go ahead and choose our provider, which we use Spoke Custom Products. I mean, there's 2 people, but this one's cheaper. The shipping is cheaper. The product is a little bit cheaper, but they've been giving me good service, so I like them. So let's go with that. We're going to switch this to all variants. There's only size variants. And then we're going to add the template. So we'll start with the basic one. Why is that not in the right place? Okay, hold on. Thank you. Okay, templates. So now we grab the templates. And what we're doing is we're doing make a specific one for 30 by 40. Make a specific one for 50 by 60. Okay, so we'll start with 30 by 40. And we have the actual file already. So it goes right there. Put 50 by 60. Drop into 50 by 60 that we have. And that's fine. Go to 60 by 80. And we drop off the template from that one. And that's good to go. All right, so then we do preview. And we want to look at the blanket. Now, what's cool about this is that this is the only thing we need right here is the blanket. But we can look at the way it's laid out on a couple of these. I'm just waiting for it to come up. All we really want is one mockup, because we take that blank mockup and we go over to Leonardo, and then we feed it to Leonardo and it makes the mockup for us. So we just want this one. Excuse me, I have hiccups. Okay, so we're going to save product. It doesn't matter what it chooses. We're fine with whatever it chooses. We already know which one we want. That's fine. Save that. And we are going to go here to, well, for starters, we're going to make sure it gets at least the willow bow name. So green leaf vine, velveteen blanket. I'm going to write willow bow here so that I know how to find that. And then I'm going to save as a draft, because we're going to need the SKU number later. I noticed that I don't use my back support on my chair too much. I got to remember to do that more. Okay, so can we save image as a JPEG? Yay! Okay, call this willow bow blanket. Save that. So before we continue, we now go to Leonardo. And here we want to go to featured blueprints. And we want to find the one that we normally use, which will be the product one. They've got a lot more. All right, I need to find the product one. I can't find it. Give me 1 second. Marketing professionals, content creator. I think it's marketing professionals. And it's this one. Okay, so we grab that. Throw the design over there. And say generate. So if it recognizes it's a blanket, it's going to add it as a blanket to the mockups. So if we can get like maybe four 4 or 6 of these. See, so it did not recognize it's a blanket. Well, it did in some of them, but in some of them it didn't. So for example, see how it added a border to it? We don't want that. And then in this case, it added it as like a, it didn't know what it was. So that's not good. And then here on this one, it put it as a poster. Okay. So because we know that didn't work, we know it's because of the image, because it can't tell what it is. So now we have to go back in here, look at something along the lines of like something that shows that it's a blanket. We got to try this again. So we're going to replace this one. Okay. The bad thing with this is that we can't add our own prompt. So we have to assume that it knows what the actual product is. And by the way, so what we're doing is we're repurposing in this particular set, we're repurposing this this pillow design to a blanket. I don't think it did a good job, so I'm just gonna look at both of these. I mean, these are not really great mockups, so then we have to go to our backup, because we're unable on Leonardo to tell it what kind of blanket it is, velveteen or whatever. So now we have to go to one of two things. We'll do this as an example, but this is not the way I'm going to do it. So we could still use AI for this, and we can tell AI to create a blanket. Hold on a second. Let's see what it does. So this is one alternative way of doing it without getting too detailed, and just kind of saying, because of the fact that it knows that we work on this stuff, so it can take the design and basically put it into a mock-up. The only problem with using ChatGPT for this is that it will re-image the blanket, and therefore it won't look like the blanket. So what it's doing right now is it's giving me mock-up ideas, which I don't want it to do. So I should have said generate. So I'm going to say generate the image here, generate the mock-up, and see what it does. Because it's telling me now I have these mock-ups already that I can actually use, which is going to be my third option. But sometimes I like to see what AI can create, as long as it doesn't change the design. And that's where, boy, this jazz music is really kicking today. that's where it's a problem, because you don't want AI to change your design of the blanket, because then when the people get it, they're like, wait, this doesn't look like the design that's on the mockup. And so that's where the problem lies. Like in this particular case, this is not a terrible change. I mean, it looks pretty accurate and I could use it. I just don't know if I would. So again, this is not, I may not, yeah, I don't think I'll use this one, because let me put these two side by side. So yeah, it looks just like the design, but it might not be exactly like the design. And that's a problem, at least for me. So what we will do is we're going to go over to templates. We're going to go to, let's see if I can find it, Velveteen Blanket templates. And we're going to try to open these up. And the idea is to be able to add the image that I have already. And I could probably do it with the blanket image from, yeah, I could use this one. All right, so let's try one of these. For example, oops, sorry. I don't know what I'm doing there. Really? Oh, I was going to say it's not responding. We never put this one up. We got to put this one up. All right, so let's say, for example, this one here. Try to find it. Okay, that's not that one. Is it this one? It's not that one. It must be, it's this one. Okay, perfect. So now we're going to go here. We're going to change this design to this one. And this is the actual blanket from Printify, the mockup. And I delete, this is the smaller one, so I really should probably use the bigger one. But for our purposes right now, this will work. So that's the actual mockup image from Printify. Then we save this. I'll turn off the cat. I think I have those mockups already, so it doesn't, I don't really need that there. And then close this. Save. And so there we go. So that's the way we would do the mockup. Now, I really do think that I should be using the other one. Let me find it. I should be using the largest one. So let's grab that one instead. Save image as. We're going to save it as the same thing so it overwrites. And now I can go back to here. The crop is a little bit different on the larger one, so that's why I want to see the larger one. It's basically the same. Okay, so that would work. Now, I could also do the other one. Let's see what the difference is. So if I did the template, which is basically the same image, I can go to this one, and I can add this image here. And again, since it's for the mock-up, it's okay. And we want to center that. So there we go. So now we've got a couple. So that actually works. Let's do this one. So we have 3 so far. Okay. So let's go down to this girl. There we go. So now we added another one there. And we'll do the dog one. Everybody loves dogs. Just want to make sure it's the right one. Yep, okay. So this one's a little different. So because of the pattern, it doesn't really matter which way you put it, but you want to stretch it out. And in this case, it doesn't matter because the pattern is kind of the same on the whole thing. So it really isn't going to come out looking any different. It's only when there's like a head or something. So you want to make sure you position this properly on this particular one, because otherwise it doesn't look right on the mockup. But because the pattern is kind of the same, it doesn't really matter. So yes. And there it goes. So that's another example of it. Let me see. So we got that one, we got that one, we have that one. And why not? Let's just do the small one here. This is supposed to be outdoors. So again, this is very, if it was the cat, you want it centered. But because this looks the same, it doesn't really matter. But we'll still center it just because that's how I do it. It's pretty centered. Get rid of the cat. Let's save this one. Oh, I just whistled. Okay, there we go. So now we have 3. We have how many mockups there? 6. Perfect. So really, that's all we need. We could add some of the some of the Printify mockups as well if we wanted to. But there's only one other one that I like to do. Let's see if I can find it. And I don't know if I have. Oh, I don't have this. Oh yeah, so we don't add that. But we do give them this mockup as well. So that way they can see the size difference. So that's one of the mockups. So we have 7 mockups. We can make another one, like I said, or we can use the ones from here if we wanted to. Maybe the bed wrapping ones. They don't really give you a lot of examples, like good examples, but they give you kind of sizing. I don't even know if I want to put any of those in there. I could put the blank one just with the whole thing, maybe. But it doesn't really matter. So maybe. We'll see. So that one's done. Let's go back to, let's go ahead and export it. And we want to export it into a folder called Mockup here. So there we go. So we repurposed a design. Obviously, we're going to do this with the other ones, but we repurposed a pillow design to a blanket. So now we can offer both of them. And if somebody wants it as a blanket better, they can have it as a blanket. If they want it as a pillow, well, here it is as a pillow. And if they want both, then they can get both. So we're going to do this with 3 others, but I can do this on my own. I just wanted to make sure I showed you the process, kind of like just shared my process. I always love sharing my process because it helps other people that are doing this. And as you can tell that I actually did this for 4 designs. 4 out of the 6, because I honestly do feel that these 2 did not, it just doesn't, I don't know. Maybe there is somebody out there that's going to be like, I really would like that as a blanket, but I just don't see it. I don't see it. For me, honestly, it's a spring pillow. It meets the standards of the spring collection of what I want to do, especially the fact that I love the back of it. The back of it is like a nice peach color. And so both of these, like this pillow is nice, don't get me wrong, but I don't see this as having a large blanket of it. I just don't. And then the thing with a velveteen blanket, when you do a light color like this, because I thought of, well, what if I did the light side and make it like a beige and peach color? The problem with a velveteen blanket, the base of it is white and it has little fibers. So when you rub it a certain way, you pass your fingers through the blanket, it changes. Like you'll see more of the white. So if it's a light colored design, it almost fades out because some of the white will come through. So you want to make sure that for velveteen blankets, you're making bold designs that actually, overpower the white that you can see through. Again, so that's the only reason. And I just don't see doing this pillow as a huge design. I just can't see it. This one I can see because this one actually works. Yes, like this works as a big blanket because of the blue, I think. But anyway, so that's the idea. Wait. Hey, what's going on, Hyde? Good to see you. I thought it, but didn't say it. I get points for that. What did you think? You thought the same thing? That's not a good blanket. That's not a good big blanket. Yeah. I agree 100%. That's why I didn't do that one. That's why we only did the 4. We did the Marigold, we did Strawberry Thief, we did the Willowboro, which is like a sage one, and we did the Pimpernel, which is the blue one. And those are the best ones out of the 6, out of the collection of the 6. Now, again, these 2 designs, the Honeysuckle and the Golden Lily, they go with the spring collection because they fit that yellow and peachish coral orangey design, but they're not designs for big surfaces. If it were that big fluffy kind of fabric, the cottagecore folks and coquet folks would love it. I don't know about that one though. It would make a great duvet cover. That it would. I think it probably would make a better duvet cover. I don't know. I'd have to see it. I think the peach one more so than the yellow. For sure. But this is the peach one. This is the Golden Lily. Yeah, a velvet blanket, not so much. Exactly. On a duvet, yes. I could see this. That's why on a pillow, it works really well. Because the pillow, whether it's the faux suede or if it's the spun polyester, They're both are, you can, you know, it looks good. Hold, give me 1 second. Let me bring a sample. Okay, so for example, see this? This is a faux suede. For a design, for this design, this is great. Now, this design, because it's dark, looks great on a velveteen blanket as well, because it's a dark color. It's not going to fade, you know. It's not, you're not going to, the design is not going to like get lost because it's solid. I love, by the way, this is one of my favorite pillows. And by the way, this is only the pillow cover. Obviously, this is not the pillow I sell. And I had my own pillows, so I put them in there. I only sell pillow covers. This other one is a spun polyester. Now, my cats have been like sitting on it, and my dog has been playing around with it, so it might look a little beat up a little bit, but just so you can see the difference, it's not like shiny or anything. It's actually also matted, but it's kind of more vibrant than the faux suede. The faux suede's a little bit softer, but anyhow, but again, this is, and what is this? This is an 18, I think. But again, this dark coloring is great on a velveteen blanket as well. Now, this is definitely in my shop, and this, I believe, is also available as a blanket. This is available as a blanket, but it's not available as a pillow because I'm the only one that has this pillow. I have to put this one up as a pillow also. I just haven't done it. But this is available as a blanket, and I need to get the blanket of it. Anyhow, so that's the example. But if they were, those designs were great on the velveteen blanket, but not this. Also, excellent sheet and pillowcase. Yes. So I've been looking at, let's see, catalog. All right. So I've been looking at the duvets that they have available. Let's see. Is it the microfiber duvet or is it the regular duvet? There's a cotton cover. There's a cotton duvet cover, and then there's a microfiber duvet cover. I don't know about the microfiber. Which one is a microfiber? Okay, I don't know. I don't know if they do sheets. You know, let me see if they do sheets. Bedding. Let me look for bedding. They don't do large bedding. See, this is where I'd have to find somebody that does bedding. So they don't do sheets. They do baby sheets, baby fitted crib sheets, Sherpa blanket. They do duvets. They don't do the sheets. I wish they did the sheets. I was looking for those actually. Yeah, they don't. So you could do the duvets. Let me just look at one thing. Catalog, home living. Here's bedding. So this is all bedding. They do blankets, pillows, blankets. Comforter. They do a comforter, and I looked at this as well. Let me see. Is that, wait, before I click on that, I think that's the one I was looking at. So they do this comforter, and it's basically a big giant, just a big giant comforter, fluffy, something like that. Yeah. Now these can get pretty expensive. I think the shipping part is what kills it. So if I look at provider information and I look at shipping, let's see. do they ship? Is it always all sizes? Okay, so the shipping alone. Oh, by the way, where's Guino? Is Guino here? Hey, Guino, what's going on? Where's your green? Wait, it is March 17th. I've completely forgot. Would green food dye on snow outside count? I've got a green Post-it. All right, let me go get my green on. I completely forgot. I'll be right back. All right, I got my green on. Woo! I went to the dentist this morning, like at 8 in the morning. I left here like at 7:30. So I really wasn't thinking it was Valentine's. Dude, do green tattoos count? There you go. So everybody gets a good look. Hold on. Ah? Oh, wait, I'm trying to... get it. Northern Belfast, Ireland. Lucky. Huh? That's a pretty stretched out shamrock. There you go. This is the day the goblin turns into a leprechaun. Oh, nice. But the one from the Jennifer Aniston movie. Oh my God. I haven't seen that, so I don't know. Do green tattoos count? Probably. What's going on, Brink? Good to see you, man. All right. Indeed they do. Okay, the part got taken over. Okay, there you go. So, Belfast. And I literally got this in Ireland. I got this when I was there that summer that I went to Europe. And I went to Ireland. This is directly from Ireland. And in fact, I have some playing cards directly from Ireland. Yesterday was main day. I forgot all about it. Oh. Been here lurking, floating in space. Oh, nice, bro. He's playing a Star Citizen. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I figured out something. Because I don't make fun of your... I'm not, obviously, because it's rude to do. I'm not making fun of Star Citizen ever again. Because I do play it. I just haven't played it forever. You can't make fun of RimWorld either. Okay, it's a deal. Come on. Anyway, so comforters are going to be pretty expensive. Let's see. So the biggest comforter is $73 cost, and the shipping is $32 in the States. The rest of the world is $39 to $49. Canada is $39 to $45. So that's pretty expensive. Oh, but I can. Nice. Oh man, you can make fun of it. Okay, all right. I see how it is. So I'm not, this is a tough sale. I mean, I think I did price this out. Let me see what pricing I did on that. So when I considered comforters, and I believe this is the right one. Yeah, there was twins, queens, and kings. Not to be mistaken with tweenies, queens, and kings. No. When I looked at these, I think the pricing that I was thinking, the twins were $169. That's a lot. The queens were $189 and the king size was $219. That's huge. So, I mean, I would obviously have to play with some numbers there and bring those prices down, but I mean, that leaves room for a good discount too. So, you can always discount that and get it under 200, but comforters are expensive. How expensive are comforters? I'm saving that for Crimson Desert, though. I keep saying Crimson Desert. Going to go so against the grain there. Got traded to Denver today. Oh, sorry. Sport ball. I don't know anything about that. I'm in a bit of a shock. Me too. I can't believe Waddle got switched over to Denver. Man, what are they expecting Ducks to do now? I have no idea what I'm talking about. Depends. I paid a fair amount for my set, but is it a whole set? It's not. It's just a comforter. That's where it's expensive. So if we look, I don't think anybody's selling comforters on Etsy. Are they? No, it's what are they expected Miami to do now? Oh, Miami. Oh, okay. I have no idea. Poor Miami. Okay, let's see. Comforter. I can't. It's just so weird wearing green and not black. Top of the morning to ya. Have yourself an ale, my friend. Sit with the leprechaun and sing a song or two. Come to the bar. Yeah, it would be neat. Okay, so let's look. I mean, some of these are homemade. $10. Give me a break. That's wrong. Yeah, a lot of these are like homemade duvets. Like they're not really even print on demand ones. Like I don't think I've seen any print on demand comforters for sale. They're all like quilted or something. Like I don't think that's reversible duvet cover. Yeah, that's definitely not print on demand. Let me see. Let me just put comforter in to see what I get. Comforter, cotton comforter, whatever. Let's go comforter, cotton. And I know what the print on demand one looks like, but okay. So this one says 99, but it's just blue. That's the difference, is that I think that because it has a design, it could be worth more. So here's one for 128. Let's see. Let's open that one up. I'm curious now. So for a king size, their sale, because they normally sell it for $197.64. They're selling it for $177.88. Obviously free shipping, probably. No, they're charging you shipping. $11.19. It is coming out of Henderson, North Carolina, which I do believe this is a print on demand product, because there is a place that is a print on demand product. I think this is microfiber. Yeah, I think this is the microfiber one that the Printify offers. Let me see if they even say, even though they say it's crafted from 100% Okie-Tex certified cotton. Yeah, maybe it's not. I don't know. Direct to fabric, high result printing. It could be another print on demand product, but it's yeah. And let's look for another one. I think that's the only one I've seen with a print on it. Everything else is kind of like personalized bedding set. See, this is a bedding set. That was just a comforter. I have to find a different provider for bedding. I mean, that's just plain colors. This is not, that's not print on demand. That's not print on demand. This looks like it's print on demand. And this one too. This is it. Okay, this is print on demand. This was the one from Printify. So let's open this one up. So this one, it says it is selling. Yeah, look at this. Look at this price. 259 plus. Well, let's see. The cotton one is $299. How many of these have they sold though? That's the question. So now we need to see if they've sold any of these. Can I go to the filter? Show filters. Star sellers. Let's do a bestseller. Let's see if it's still there. Okay, bestseller. I just want to look for a print on demand one. I don't see it. It ain't no bestseller. You know what I'm saying? You know why though, right? Random but genuine question. Would iridescent accent tiles be dated in a few years? Bathroom accent tiles. I don't think so. Then again, I added like my tiles. Iridescent, isn't that the one that looks like, ooh. I mean, maybe minimally it'd be okay, but if you're going a little bit too over the top, it might be too much. Scent? Okay, let me check it out. Two. Don't switch. Oh, these? No, I think that's fine. Nah, that's coming back. I mean, that's made its way back. I don't think so. I think done properly, where it's an accent and not like a main focus, maybe that would run down the center of the shower wall. No, I think that's cool. I don't think, as long as it's not the big giant block, like square ones. Minimal accent should be fine. Let's ask ChatGPT. Hello, ChatGPT. New chat. Would this bathroom accent style be dated in a few years? In a couple of years. In a couple of years. Let's see what it says. The rest would be soft white. Yeah, I think it'd be fine. I think if you did the entire thing, it probably would be an issue. Like if there was too much of it, then it'd be like, ooh, this is too much. Let's see what it says. Samantha says, short answer, no, it's not dated, but it can become dated fast depending on how you use it. Let's break it down like a designer would. What you've got here, oops, sorry, wrong one. Let's close this out. Bleep, 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 bleep. What you got here, this tile style is soft pastel, blush tones, iridescent, pearlescent finish, vertical stacked layout, subtle variation, blah, blah, blah. That combo actually lines up very well with what's happening right now. So you're not behind, you're actually on trend. Where it could go wrong, aka how trends age, this style sits in a trend sensitive zone, meaning it can age if pushed too far. Why? Designers are shifting towards warm, earthy, grounded palettes for long-term appeal. Overly sweet or overly glossy finishes can feel dated if not balanced. That's what I was saying. See how smart I am? I'm a good designer. But you can hire me, by the way. Pastels have historically cycled. Hello, 1950s bathrooms. even though they're back now? The real answer depends on how you anchor it. This tile is fire if you treat it as an accent, but not whole identity. Isn't that what I just said? I'm so good. Send me a second picture. Okay, hold on. Timeless approach. This will age well. Use it on vanity wall, shower niche. There you go. Partial feature section. Pair with warm wood, oak walnuts, cream beige stone tones, or brushed brass or soft chrome. Keep everything else grounded. That's what you're doing. Soft white. This aligns with the move towards texture, warmth, personality, which doesn't go out of style. The risky approach, full bathroom covered in it. Exactly, nope. Pairing it with cool grays, high gloss, everything, ultra trendy fixtures, colors. That's not a good thing. And this gives it a modern spa meets soft luxury with a hint of artistic personality. So there you go. I mean, it said everything that I was thinking. Damn, I'm good. Y'all need to hire me to be your designers. I'm just saying, I know all the Twitters. This is the other pictures you're sending me here. Let's take a look. Let's look and see. This is, by the way, this is not Hyde's bathroom, but this is what she's thinking. Yeah, I see, like, you're thinking of doing it on that wall. Wait, this is Hyde's bathroom. Hey, we're taking a peek at Hyde's bathroom. I'm just kidding. Not trendy. Yeah, you're not a trendy person. Okay. No, not my bathroom. Okay, it's not her bathroom. It'd be a lot dirtier. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I think that with that in the center, not overly done, would be nice. I think a combination like that, maybe, but not like an entirely solid iridescent. Looks great to me. This, yeah, I think it would look good. Want to see what it looks like? Hold on. Let's see if we can do this. Where you at, Chat ChatGPT? Can you let's see. Let's see if it gets it right. I thought about going teak and lake blues, but that feels really locked in. Does that make sense? Was going to do a whole lake house kind of bathroom, but the more I think on it, soft neutrals with a bit of pop just sits better. I think so. I mean, I like the whole lake house idea thing though, the blues and stuff. I'm partial to blue, but I like what you're thinking of doing with this. Let me see if this actually even gets it the right way. It might not. Oh, except for the black. Yeah, this is too big. Make the accents styles smaller, since the image I gave you was a small portion of the wall. Also remove the dark border. Let's see. It looks great to me. The artist I knows. He knows. Brink is a fashion designer by trade and by schooling. His schooling, part of his schooling, because he's gone to school for a lot of things. This is a guy that does a lot of stuff. He's done a lot of things. A lot. I mean, it's like you've never seen. He actually did attend fashion school. So yeah, he knows what he's talking about. All right. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to do that. There you go. So can I make this on the big screen, please? Big screen. That's not bad. I mean, even though those tiles are bigger than what you're doing, but let's see. Hold on a second. Almost there. Now make the accent tiles even smaller. You can do it. It's getting there. It's getting there. We got this. By the way, any interior designer that's not using ChatGPT or AI, any type of AI to like really see what their final project will look like is just doing themselves a disservice. Brock the fashionista. That needs to be the next one, and he needs to be a bard. Okay, it kind of screwed up, but I think between this one and that one, you kind of get the gist of what it is. It kind of screwed up on this one. It made them small. But yeah, but I think you get the idea. I think it's good. I mean, if we went in Photoshop, we can make this smaller and kind of do it. But it gives you kind of the reference of what you're doing. It did change the color of the side tiles a little bit too much, but I think what you're doing would look good. That's the AI image homework assignment for everyone to post in Discord today. Which is it? Bronx the Fashionista? Nice. Okay, we will definitely do that. Put it in the artsy fartsy, whatever we come up with. So I would say yes, man. I think that would really work out well for you. I think this, I like this if it was not a tub. And I would put this, honestly would put this in, if it was a shower without a tub, I would put it on the shower wall. In other words, the shower fixture would be right there. That's what I would do. I'm getting ideas now. I need to redo my bathroom. I'm waiting till my little old lady cat passes away, though, before I redo my bathroom, because I'm not having her poop in my new tub or pee in my tub like she does now. All right, let's get rid of this. Anyways, there you go. We're designing for Hyde today. Can we go back to our multi-box, please? Stand by. Okay. That is a bathroom plan. All right, let me take a look. This is the bathroom plan. Hold on. There we go. Let's look at it again in big scope. That's pretty cool. Ooh. And that's a glass door. Nice. I want to make my entire, like, I want the entrance to my bathroom to be, right now my master bathroom doesn't have to have a door. I want it to be like a glass door to even come into the bathroom. This is pretty cool. Yeah, I need to redo mine. Look at that. What, you got people coming over? They're gonna sit on the bench while you shower. Right? Hey, I'm gonna take a bath. You can sit on the bench and talk to me while I do it. Is that what that is? No, that's pretty cool. Going to be sealed, so it is a wet room with steam. Nice. So yeah, so basically you can sit in there, and it has a little glass door, frameless glass. Love it. And they can sit there, and then there's a drain down at the bottom there. I'm noticing there's a drain there. and so the drain, everything would go down the drain, the pebbles. Now those pebbles, those are not smooth, right? Because I mean, you would be doing some slip and sliding in there like a freaking river. Everyone heard Nord's bathtub? Shut up. We're not talking about a bathtub. It's my cat, not me. You're not doing that floor? Okay, all right, gotcha. Yeah, because that's scary to me. That's pretty cool though. I like it. Nice. I like the concept. I approve. I approve. Go forth, my child, and make it happen. I don't like that this isn't a V-neck. I want a V-neck. I feel like I'm getting choked here. Please, no screens. Best part, easy to clean. Yeah, true. True. Okay. All right, there we go. We got a little side quest there. Let me go back to my quest here for the comforters that sell. Yeah, see, there's none of these. Have you noticed, like, the best sellers are not print on demand? The bestseller comforters are all like quilted or freaking really handmade, probably, which is actually a good thing. But yeah, it definitely is probably not an Etsy thing. And also, if you notice the pricing on some of these, I'm just going to click on a random one. So look at this quilt here. It says it's $42.75. That's probably because it's the smallest one. So if I click on it and I click on a king size, even the king size it's $176. Regularly it's $235. It does look. I don't think these are print on demand. Ships from India though, so I don't know where. I mean, I'm sure there's some place making them, but I wouldn't say this is print on demand. I think this is actually fabric that somebody chose. Yeah, the design is just, it looks like it's actually fabric, like put together. So this is from India. Well, hey, y'all, if you want a U.S. product for comforters, I'll make y'all comforters for your house. I'll make some gamer ones. Got to go back to work. All right, man. Nice to see you, Hyde. Go get your work done. I think, what time is it? Am I at my 2-hour limit? I try to keep these at 2 hours. Where am I at? Oh, I am. 2 hours and 60 minutes. I did a good job. We repurposed the design. We got the other ones ready so I can actually work on those and finish those up today. And then we talked about some comforters, and we helped Hyde with her bathroom. Anybody else need help? I'm here to help before I go. I'm here to help. Always willing to help the little people. I mean the other people. Not the little. No one's little here. I didn't really like that. Open for questions. Let's go. Lightning round. Me and my Irish shirt. Not able to drink beer. So no green beer for me. Did we even see any Etsy, like excuse me. Did we see any Etsy St. Patrick's Day designs? I didn't even see anything on Etsy. St. Patrick's Day decor. How about just St. Patrick's Day? Nothing. I'm not. Wow, look at this. I'm not getting anything. It's not, yeah, it's not bringing anything up. Is it because I didn't put the... What? That's crazy. What am I doing wrong? Shirt? I put St. Patrick's Day. Nothing was coming up. What is going on? Oh, that's so weird. Is nobody doing anything St. Patrick's Day wise on Etsy? I'm gonna just write Shamrock to see what comes up. Shamrock blankets. Yeah, nothing says St. Patty's Day though. That's what's interesting. Do people not believe in like St. Patrick's Day? I mean, it's just not a thing. They're just doing it as Lucky Clover, Shamrocks, Leprechaun maybe. Yeah, nothing says St. Patty's Day. That is so weird. There's a Leprechaun thing. That is very odd. I'm just going to check on something real quick here. Give me 1 second. Let me log in. Something went wrong. Okay, last thing to check on before we go. Actually, I want to play a game. I can't. So yeah, some stuff came out, but that's so weird that it didn't come out on Etsy. Listing age 2 months. And it's made $2,000. Yeah, these t-shirts, man. Oh, it's not even a t-shirt. It's a PNG. And it's made $2,000 in revenue? Wow. Revenue, not profit, but still. My St. Patty's Day stuff never sells all that much. Yeah, it's really weird. It doesn't really sell. It just, some reason, you're not the first person I've heard that from. This is for a year. 3 months. I mean, I'm looking at what's like the biggest seller. Lucky Charm clip art, 13,000. It's around for 4 years, 2 years, 1 month. I'm trying to look for the stuff hasn't been around that much, but still made profit. So 2 years, 1 month, 700, 1 month, 800. Lucky Charm PNG. Isn't that? I wonder if that's copyright. 2 months. Copyright. That's a nice shirt. Let's view that on Etsy. That's 6,000. How many sales did that get? Hold on. This has been around for 1 month, and it's made $8,000. This actual design. Is it the design? Oh, is it a crop top? Oh, the freaking shirt has been selling. Okay. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I'm really not trying to focus on what we're focusing on here, but do they have one that just shows the design? No, it's all girls wearing crop tops. Okay. Can I just see? I just want to see the design, but obviously not showing it by itself. Okay, this is a good one. There we go. Drink well with others. Drinks well with others. That's the shirt. And it has a little thing. This thing alone has been made $8,000 in sales in 1 month. Well, first of all, the crop top itself is good material. I don't know where they're getting it from. It's 90% cotton baby tee. It's a crop top. Comes in a bunch of different colors. It must be available on print on demand. That's crazy. $8,000 freaking crop top, man, in 1 month. And the most expensive one, let's say mediums are $23. Let's do it at navy. 23 bucks. What's the shipping? And they still charge you shipping, $5.45 from San Jose, California. Designed by Sassy Threads Design. What else do they sell? I'm kind of scared to look at their site, but nice. Trend chasers for sure. I love submissive boys. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is totally a girl's site. Like, yeah, can't be an old guy like me trying to make these shirts. I mean, they're killing it, to be honest. I mean, they're doing well. They just started a year and a half ago, and they've got 1.4 thousand sales. I mean, it's not. I wouldn't say that's great, but that's freaking. I mean, that's awesome. Wonder what the revenue is. That's pretty good, though. I mean, I can't believe this one shirt has made $8,000. The average have been of 20. So how many sales is that? I'm just curious. So. Just getting an idea. Divided by, I'm going to say $23 just to be on the safe side here. So 347 sales, about. So they're doing well. That's quite good, yeah. Pretty neat. St. Patty is pretty big here at the bars. Biggest night all year for sales. Irish pubs, as we are very Irish here. Quote from Samantha. Honestly, Bronk the Fashionista is a fantastic concept too. Big, intimidating half-orc who is secretly the most serious, haughty culture critic in the kingdom is comedy gold. I can't wait to see that. Bronk as a fashionista. Nice. Anyways, all right, well, there you go. So there are definitely some sales on St. Patrick's Day. I think St. Patty's cute t-shirts or cute crop tops like they're doing here for girls is a big seller. I don't think for guys as much as for girls. I'm sure for guys there are some, but I think girls tend to like they want a cute top to wear to their party, especially college girls, to wear to the parties, to the bars, whatever. The cuter it is, the more likely they're gonna buy it. So definitely, I just don't have that college girl brain, so I can't do that thing. But Sassy Thread Designs does it. I'm just saying, it's just not me. Anyways, all right. I already made my next character. Nice. Did some of him inside OG and D&D handbooks from the 80s now to see if he can get on the cover. Nice. He can be your Shadow Dark character. Then make it the one after that. Yeah, there you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to end it here. I'm going to go and get some other stuff done. This is my 2.5 hour window for my morning to get design ideas out there. So hope you did well. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for hanging out with me. And what do I got? What do we got going on? Tomorrow's Wednesday. We'll be back with another design idea that we're working on. I think tomorrow we probably have to do canvases. I think. But we might be looking at some old art prints that we need to convert to canvases. Or maybe we do some new designs. I don't know. But at some point this week, we have a new game that we're going to be trying out. So that will be Crimson Desert. No, Crimson Desert. That comes out on the... Is it on Thursday or Friday? What is today? Oh, it's on Thursday. Okay. I have somebody coming to do some work in the house on Thursday. So I got to see what time they're coming. But I will be here tomorrow. And then we'll go from there. And then also we wanted... I've been on the fence whether or not I want to play it yet. But Solasta 2? We have it, so maybe we'll play that. Just to try it out. And other than that, the only other game that I'm trying out or playing this week is probably going to be some type of city builder. So the choices will probably be either RimWorld, which is kind of survival, Farthest Frontier, or Manor Lords. So one of those three. I'm waiting on that one too. So you're waiting? Yeah, I'm kind of wondering if I'm going to play it yet or not. I'm still thinking. I'm still on the fence. Crimson Dessert, Red Velvet Cake on the 19th. Yeah. CD can pound sand. Nice. Damn, he doesn't. You don't like it. All right. Well, you're gonna have to share with us next time why you don't like it. So we'll see. Matrix is gonna be playing it. So if I don't play it, we'll watch Matrix play it, and we'll go from there. Anyways, enjoy the rest of your day. Do something fun. Get outdoors. Play some games. I don't know. Do something. And I will be back with you guys tomorrow. So until next time, I'm out. Peace. See ya. No outdoors. Outdoors is good. Unless it's a blizzard. See ya.